So the engineering strengths, the Australia's manufacturing strength, production strength, services were all rooted inside the Melbourne, the Victoria state. So very different proposition, very much like Japan, in fact. So Japan has no resources and energy, so it's naturally enough a manufacturing and services economy which exports to the world. So very similar mapping with Victoria. So this is a very interesting opportunity. Small team, much smaller than working in the embassy. So I have 6 staff here in Japan, 3 in Korea. But you know, you're right at the coalface all the time. You're doing that advocacy right up front. So that was very interesting, and so I started to do that for Victoria. Once again, maybe that was possibly, I could have guessed I might have been doing that in the future, but the progress from foreign affairs to trade to running a Pachislo manufacturing company, being in the Wild West, well, north for Australia, running investment, and then coming to Japan was kind of a lot of never say never.
And that's what you're doing right now?
So I've been doing that for nearly 10 years now.
10 years. Do you enjoy it?
Yeah. I can say honestly, having worked for a bunch of states and for the federal government, the Victorian engagement is the Rolls-Royce of engagement for Australia, because it has to be. A lot of states can afford to dig it up,
right,
to put it on the boat, ship it, and do some education as well. You know, international education training. There's 600,000 in non-COVID times. There's 600,000 international students studying in Australia any time each year. Massive, massive. You know, even in Victoria alone, the education sector, when it pre-COVID, was $7 billion per year for international students coming. So Victoria, on the other hand, has the breadth of, and they stopped making vehicles. What happened was GM and Ford said we're leaving it, and Toyota, as much as it wanted to keep its very first international factory, kind of was saying, well, you know, the Camry in Thailand is $2,000 cheaper. So Thailand, Toyota and Thailand and Toyota Australia, that's the whole margin on a Camry, 2,000. So they said, you know, we can't support the whole supply chain, we're out as well. So a massive change in the middle of that time where Australia stopped making automotive vehicles completely. So if you're not making Camrys, what are you doing? There's a catchphrase for Victoria, and interestingly enough, Victoria has been a fantastic transformation story into tech. The places in the US which are buoyant in their economy now are the ones who have said we're going to be a tech city, we're going to provide tech infrastructure, we're going to bring in investment in its new format. So Victoria's done the same, and it is one of the top 3 bioscience cities in the world now, alongside London and Boston.
So what is it doing? It's just doing tech only. So it's
it's not just. So now we're doing advanced manufacturing, so nanotech and new carbon, new materials, that sort of thing on that side. But so we still have the engineering strength from the universities. Melbourne University is ranked higher than Tokyo University. Is that an astounding?
It is.
So there's 10,000 odd universities listed in the list of universities.
Right.
So Melbourne is ranked like 26 and Tokyo 30 or something like that. You know, with Singapore. When you take out the blue chip university from the US, top and Oxford and those ones, it's in that very next tranche, which I always can't believe for a city of a country of 27 million people to have a top 30.
What's the percentage of foreigners coming there?
Massive. Prior to COVID, massive.